All right, guys, it's Red Brick Saturday. We're in Peterborough, New Hampshire. Shawnee B and I. We almost didn't even come out today. It was 100% chance of rain, and it rained on us all morning.
Yeah, it did.
Soaked. But we did it. We handled it. This entire place is a castle. Population currently 6,400 people. This was supposedly built in the fake 1800s. All the stuff we looked at today, fake 1800s. They might even be pushing sus 1800s, 1700s. The narrative goes real deep out here. We're in New England. A lot of nonsense, but this is like City Hall or something. This monstrous building here. Got columns in front. And castle wall nonsense starts right up there. See it, guys? That's way up high. Yeah, it just comes off that building, a janky wall, a perfect janky wall. All over town, everywhere we went. Along the rivers, downtown, down the residential areas, all castle. Comes down here, another level. Massive stone rocks and boulders, supposedly. Quarried. There's quarry marks all over the place, so they have to claim quarried. Massive. This is about 4 or 5 feet high, then it jumps up over here to about 8 feet high up here. Massive blocks. Comes to this inside corner right here and takes a 90-degree turn right here, and there's this huge wall. Huge wall. It's 12, 14 feet high. The Phoenix Mill Green. I can't even read it, it's too bright. But yeah, all castle wall, just ridiculous. Like I said, everywhere we went. Up and down the river, down Main Street, down through the libraries and back alleys and residential areas, and it's all this castle wall structure. Everywhere, guys. Think about it. Think about it. It's everywhere. And we're going to point a couple things out here. This awesome wall for showing and pointing out dielectric and electromagnetic pattern, which is all through this wall. We'll point out some of these little floaters here that Johnny Applebrick dropped off for us.
Just put the broken ones in.
Yeah, don't put full ones in. Johnny Applebrick. Right here. 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 Evenly peppered in there. Little slices and pieces. All the way through, guys. Look. Little tiny pieces. Chunks. None of them are square or full brick. They're not doing anything. Definitely not. So, just pointing it out, guys. They did not construct this post-event. This was all red brick, and it transitioned into this janky mess right here. It's still a structural masterpiece, though. But, yeah, they did not do this. Look at this 8-inch steel pipe coming out the middle and taking a 90 to the left here, coming right out of the janky wall. So they had all the underground going, too, all the utilities. They all did it, right? A little over 1,000 people here. I had 1,000 people in my high school. Okay. I had 1,000 people in my high school, all 4 grades. And apparently we were capable of building a whole city. Come on. This requires master craftsmanship, master engineering, master logistics to get the material here and figure it out and draw it up, and masters to construct it. especially all janky like this. Doesn't make any sense. Obviously they had brick. Why not build it out of brick? They did build it out of brick.
Not to mention the water systems
Yeah.
underground.
Yeah. They didn't build it like this, guys. Got zapped and it transitioned into this janky mess. Yes, it did. So we found some floaters. Go look at some quarry lines. Check all the boxes. Yeah, they quarried all these pieces. That's what they're telling us with these lines. That's what they're telling us. Every single one's got them. They all got them. But they're all quarried, according to the narrative. That's nonsense. That's nonsense, guys. Look at all this granite all over this whole town. Insanity. They'd struggle to do it nowadays. It's so much site work and earthwork and moving the ground and reinforcing and constructing a wall that can handle all that weight above it. It's a lot of engineering. But while we're here, we're going to look at a few patterns that are really obvious in this. Excuse me. The pattern is a yin, a yang, and an hourglass. Okay? I've kind of taken a break from showing it off. But you're going to have two boulders that are pinched in the middle and touching. They didn't design it like that or install it like that. That's a yin and a yang with a 0 point where they're connected. That's what I call it. And above and below it, you're going to have the hourglass symbol, which is a toroidal symbol. It's electromagnetism, dielectricity, all the above. But it's over and over. They didn't put these two boulders together and pinch them in the middle. That's not how they designed it. It's how the energy moved through this wall. So here's a good one right here. This big rock here, you can see my laser. This is yin. It's a little unconventional shape. This square one with the marks, that one is yang. They are touching right here in the center, right here. Right here. They're touching. They're pinched together and there's energy moving through them. And above and below it, you're gonna have your hourglass. They didn't deliberately, oh, there's a floater in there too. They didn't deliberately put these triangles in there. It's part of a pattern. And these pieces on the top, they're travelers. They're all moving to this 0 point where the transition is taking place. These travelers on the top, these skinny ones, they are moving to the right and being pulled straight down to this point, and so are these ones. They're pulling up and they're transitioning and they're spitting out big blocks. That's what's going on.
If you node, you node.
Yeah, if you node, you node. When you node, you node. They didn't design those two rocks to pinch together like that in the middle. Let's go back over here. I didn't even go ahead and look for them. There's just so many of them. There's a good one right here. Sometimes you're not going to see both sides of the hourglass because the transition's already taking place, which says to me it's moving upwards. But right here, okay? And oftentimes one is darker than the other. It's perfect. This is the yin on the left, right here. This brown one with the quarry marks. And the right is this bigger gray one. I call the more darker one usually negative and the lighter one positive because the negative side usually seems to be more damaged. And it's often darker. Yin and yang, left and right, positive, negative, and you have your hourglass right here. Right here. Right there. They didn't stack them in a triangle on purpose. They didn't pinch these stones to meet down here in the middle. It's all pattern.
Always with a little 0 point stone.
Yep.
Too,
Yep. Sometimes, a lot of times there's a button in the middle too. Yeah. But look at all the travelers, guys. These things are all moving. All these right here. They didn't put these, they weren't capable of quarrying and delivering these monolithic blocks, but then had to jam in these little slivers. No, it doesn't work like that. These right here, My laser's on, going to the right, coming down. They're all moving. Look at all these little travelers. They're all through the wall, look. All in here. They're all moving. Yep, they're all moving to a 0 point so they can be transitioned from red brick into janky granite meltolithic block. That's what's going on. The pattern is the energy. It is the force that's transitioning it.
You see it in the micro and the macro.
It's everywhere, guys. There's another one. Okay, right here, guys. This one's, they're both gray, but whatever. This one's a little bit bigger. It's like an airplane wing right here on the left, yin. Right here, here's your yang right here. On the right, more square. And a 0 point right here in the middle where they're pinching and touching. Right here. They're pinching. And then your hourglass right here underneath. Right here. There's your triangle hourglass. It's also there in the top. It's a little less pronounced up there. But there's your hourglass. And it's over and over and over and over, guys. It's crazy. Here's another one. Look. Here's a good one. Right here. So you have a lot of times one of them's bigger than the other. So this one is darker. So on the left is your yin, this big airplane wing. On the right is yang. It's darker. Appears to be negative to me. It's darker. And right here they're pinching and touching right here. And right below it, what do we see? Hourglass. That's a good one. And then on top, also hourglass. Step back. It's hourglass. It's wider on the left, but it's hourglass up top. And it's hourglass down the bottom. Yep. Literally over and over and over and over. I could show you on this wall until you get so sick of it, you unsubscribe. I mean, it's just over and over and over. I could talk about it for hours. Look at the little, I love the hourglass on the bottom. Look at it. Look at the hourglass. There's the 0 point right here. Right there where they're touching that point. Right there. There's always a yin and a yang, a point where they're touching. Okay, we got some metal here. I forgot to point this out. Yep, this is a piece of metal right here. Right here. Yep, definitely some metal right there. Jammed in there. Obviously. And down here. And down here. Look, guys, more metal down here. And over here. These are big plates. Big, huge plates right here. Look. These are big plates. Sketchy metal. And holes. And here's another one, guys. We're just going to point it out. Deal with it. Okay, look. This one's a little cockeyed. It's a really good one, though. It's a little cockeyed to the left. This big, huge, massive one is yin. Right here, this huge airplane wing right here. To the right is a kind of an airplane wing, too. This one right here, yang. Yep. Positive, negative. And right on top of it, full-blown hourglass right here. Right here. Also on top. And this one's got the button. This one sometimes have one right in the middle, although that's kind of the top of the hourglass. Yeah, look at them touching right there. Right there. That's the only point they touch at. It's crazy. Or the energy was moving through or something. Something was going on. I know we were seeing it, so. No, here's another one. It's probably the last one I'll point out. I mean, they're just everywhere, guys. Everywhere. Another one right here. Look. Look, it's a good one. Look, the one's darker on the left. It's your negative. It's your yin. Yin. Yang. This bigger, blockier looking one. They are touching right here at this one point right here. They're just pinched together right there. They're pinching right there. There's a little button right there. One little piece. Yeah, that one little piece right there. Yeah, they're touching at that one spot. That's the 0 point. This is a 0 point right here. Right here. They're pinched together. And below it, we have a pretty busted up, but hourglass nonetheless. Right here. Right here. And on top. And on top. Right here. You can see the pattern, guys. There's another one right here. I'm not even gonna point it out. See them touching here in the middle?
On
And on and on. And there's your hourglass on top. On the bottom, it's there a little bit. They're always pinched together and touching. It's crazy. It's over and over, guys. It's a great wall to show it. Great conditions. It's very cloudy, so it's really cloudy, so you can't you can see the laser pointer really good. There's another good one. These ones, a lot of airplane wing ones over here. They're everywhere. Look up here, guys. Look, airplane wing one right here. This is your yin, this long one. This is your yang right here. They're touching right here in the middle. It's your 0 point. Here's your hourglass on the top, hourglass on the bottom. It's the same thing over, guys. Look. See them pinching in the middle? Look at that hourglass. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good hourglass. Yep. Airplane wings down here. A lot of them. I'm not even gonna point them all out. That's it.
here all day.
Yep. Destruction over here. Sorry guys, I keep swatting the mosquitoes. Yep. Castle walls. Peterborough Castle. Alright guys, we're gonna wrap it up and we will catch you on the next Red Brick Saturday. Maybe we can get the whole gang together. These last couple have been kind of impromptu, last minute things with a lot of climbing and suspect activities, so and a lot of bad weather, so we'll see if we can get the gang together soon. Alright guys, we will see you on the next one.